mounting outdoor panel boards, several methods can be employed. Firstly, consider concrete piers with embedded uni-struts. Pour a concrete base pad with embedded J-bolts or anchor bolts. Install galvanized uni-struts onto the bolts, ensuring they are plumb and level. Then mount the panel boards onto the uni-struts. Secondly, explore pole-mounted options. Use a galvanized steel pole that is securely anchored and tall enough to provide the required mounting height. Attach the panel boards to the pole using heavy-duty brackets or straps. Thirdly, evaluate wall-mounted possibilities. If there is an adjacent wall or fence, consider mounting the panel boards directly to it using heavy-duty brackets or bolts. Ensure the wall or fence is structurally sound to support the weight. Per the National Electrical Code, NEC Article 408.18 states that panelboards shall be installed so that the bottom of the enclosure is not less than 18 inches or 457 millimeters above the floor or working platform. NEC Article 110.16 dictates that electrical equipment shall be located in a definitely accessible location, and where located outdoors, the equipment shall be protected from the weather. Therefore, the minimum mounting height for outdoor panelboards is 18 inches, or 457 millimeters above the ground level, as per NEC Article 408.18. It is crucial to ensure that all installations comply with local and national electrical codes to guarantee safety and proper functionality. When using concrete piers, ensure the concrete mix is appropriate for outdoor use and the local climate conditions, paying special attention to freeze-thaw cycles if applicable. The depth and width of the concrete base should be sufficient to support the weight of the panel board and any additional equipment that may be added in the future. When embedding J-bolts or anchor bolts, use a template to ensure accurate placement. This will facilitate easy alignment and installation of the uni-struts. Galvanized uni-struts are recommended for outdoor use due to their resistance to corrosion. When installing the uni-struts, use the level to ensure they are perfectly plumb. This is critical for maintaining the stability and proper alignment of the panel board. Securely tighten all bolts and fasteners to prevent any movement or vibration. When considering pole-mounted options, select a galvanized steel pole that is appropriately sized for the weight and dimensions of the panel board. The pole should be buried deep enough into the ground to provide adequate support. Consider using a concrete fitting around the base of the pole for added stability. Heavy-duty brackets or straps should be used to securely attach the panel board to the pole. Ensure that the brackets or straps are compatible with both the panel board and the pole materials. When installing the brackets or straps, follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Ensure that all connections are tight and secure. When opting for wall-mounted installations, carefully inspect the wall or fence to ensure it is structurally sound enough to support the weight of the panel board. If necessary, reinforce the wall or fence before proceeding with the installation. Use heavy-duty brackets or bolts that are specifically designed for mounting electrical equipment to walls. Ensure that the brackets or bolts are compatible with both the panel board and the wall materials. When drilling into the wall, use the appropriate size drill bit and be careful not to damage any underlying structures or utilities. Securely tighten all bolts and fasteners to prevent any movement or vibration. In all mounting scenarios, ensure that the panel board is easily accessible for maintenance and repairs. Provide adequate clearance around the panel board to allow for safe and convenient access. The 18-inch minimum mounting height specified in NEC Article 408.18 is intended to prevent accidental contact with the panel board by individuals or objects. This height also helps to protect the panel board from water damage and other environmental hazards. In addition to the minimum mounting height, consider the overall location of the panel board to ensure it is protected from the elements. If possible, position the panel board in a sheltered location away from direct sunlight, rain, and snow. If the panel board is exposed to harsh weather conditions, consider using a weatherproof enclosure to provide additional protection. Always consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that your panel board installation complies with all applicable codes and regulations. A professional electrician can help you to select the appropriate mounting method, materials, and hardware for your specific application. They can also ensure that the installation is performed safely and correctly. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous, so it is always best to leave it to the professionals. Before beginning any electrical work, always disconnect the power supply to the circuit. Use a voltage tester to verify that the circuit is energized before touching any wires or components. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as safety glasses and gloves. Follow all safety precautions and guidelines provided by the manufacturer of the panel board and other electrical equipment. When working with concrete, always wear safety glasses and gloves to protect your eyes and skin from irritation. Use a dust mask to avoid inhaling concrete dust. When drilling into concrete, use a hammer drill and the appropriate sized drill bit. Be careful not to damage any underlying structures or utilities. When working with metal, always wear safety glasses and gloves to protect your eyes and hands from sharp edges. Use a file or grinder to remove any burrs or sharp edges from the metal. When using power tools, always follow the manufacturer's instructions and safety precautions. Be sure to use the appropriate tool for the job and wear safety glasses and hearing protection. Never work alone on electrical projects. Always have someone nearby who can assist you in case of an emergency. If you are not comfortable performing electrical work yourself, hire a qualified electrician to do it for you. Electricity is dangerous, and it is not worth risking your safety to save a few dollars. Always double-check your work to ensure that all connections are tight and secure. Loose connections can cause electrical fires and other hazards. Once you have completed the installation, test the panel board to ensure that it is working properly. Use a multimeter to check the voltage and current at various points in the circuit. If you encounter any problems, consult with a qualified electrician. Regularly inspect your panel board for any signs of damage or wear. Check for loose connections, corroded wires, and damaged components. If you find any problems, have them repaired by a qualified electrician as soon as possible. By following these tips, you can ensure that your outdoor panel board is installed safely and correctly. Remember to always consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns. Proper installation and maintenance of your panel board will help to ensure the safety and reliability of your electrical system. In addition to the physical mounting of the panel board, it's essential to consider the environmental factors that can affect its performance. Temperature fluctuations, humidity, and exposure to corrosive elements can all impact the lifespan and functionality of the equipment. Therefore, selecting a panel board enclosure that is specifically designed for outdoor use is crucial. NEMA 3R enclosures are a common choice for outdoor applications as they provide protection against rain, sleet, snow, and ice formation. However, depending on the specific environment, other NEMA enclosure types may be more appropriate. For example, in areas with high levels of dust or corrosive materials, a NEMA 4 or 4X enclosure may be necessary. Furthermore, the internal components of the panel board should also be selected with the outdoor environment in mind. Components such as circuit breakers, fuses, and wiring should be rated for the expected temperature range and humidity levels. It is also important to ensure that all connections are properly sealed to prevent moisture from entering the enclosure. Regularly inspect the panel board for any signs of water damage or corrosion. If any issues are detected, address them promptly to prevent further damage. In addition to environmental considerations, it's also important to think about security. Outdoor panel boards can be vulnerable to vandalism and theft. Therefore, it's advisable to take steps to protect the equipment from unauthorized access. Consider installing a lockable enclosure to prevent tampering with the internal components. You may also want to install security cameras or other surveillance equipment to deter vandalism and theft. Adequate lighting around the panel board can also help to improve security. Ensure that the area is well lit at night to discourage potential intruders. Furthermore, regularly inspect the panel board for any signs of tampering or damage. If you notice anything suspicious, report it to the authorities immediately. By taking these precautions, you can help to protect your outdoor panel board from environmental damage, vandalism, and theft. Remember that proper installation, maintenance, and security are essential for ensuring the long-term reliability and safety of your electrical system. In summary, mounting outdoor panel boards requires careful consideration of several factors, including the mounting method, NEC requirements, environmental conditions, and security. By following the guidelines outlined above and consulting with a qualified electrician, you can ensure that your panel board is installed safely and correctly, providing reliable power distribution for years to come. Remember to always prioritize safety and to consult with a professional when in doubt. Proper planning and execution are key to a successful and long-lasting installation.